case you haven't heard, there's another controversy going on here in Fort Wayne and Allen County. And you may have seen the billboards, and here's what they look like if you're looking for billboards that are popping up around Fort Wayne and Allen County. And it has to do with a potential new sports car racetrack. Now, it's in the what I call the southwest part of Allen County. Namely, it's off the end of runway 23 at Fort Wayne International. This is where jets take off. This is where fighter jets take off, and the noise of fighter jets and jets far exceeds anything from a sports car, by far. The reason I bring all this up is fellows by the name of Bill Bean, Chucksurack, and Tom Kelley. These are guys who obviously are well off, have acquired 400 acres of land and over there at Brandstrader and Hamilton Road, which, like I said, is off the end of the Fort Wayne International runway where jets are taking off. Jets are loud. Sports cars have mufflers on them because people like me drive sports cars. Well, they want to open up a roughly what amounts to is a 3-point-something mile track, a sports car track for people who drive sports cars. Now, this is not cars, big giant engines and blown and no mufflers or anything like that. These are the kind of cars that people drive on the streets. Whether it's a Corvette or it's a BMW or it's a Mercedes-Benz or Jaguar or Mercedes or Maserati or McLaren or whatever it is they drive. These are street legal vehicles. They want to have a place to go test them out. Because right now, the only place you could go is a sports car club up in Michigan. I don't know about you, but I don't want to drive to Michigan. And I think a lot of sports car drivers don't want to do it either. Yes, there's a concerted effort by people to say, we don't want this there because we live in the country where it's sublime, it's serene. We don't want that stuff out there. Well, here's the deal, folks. If Kelley, Bean, and Surack are willing to pony up about probably $4 million, if you figure an acre costs around $10,000 nowadays, they got about $4 million in this track they want to build as a sports club car track. But here's the important part. This will create potential races from other clubs around the Midwest coming to that area and racing their cars. And they're going to put up berms and stuff to keep the noise down. But these cars are not loud like jet aircraft taking off are. And this track is right where the runway, where they take off. Understand that. You talking about noise? Yeah, the jets are a lot noisier than sports cars. Now, people have every right to complain if they want to. I have no problem with that. You can petition, you can write you can do all you want. That's perfectly fine. But you better understand the sports cars bring in people, and people bring in money. And money coming into Fort Wayne is a good deal. And I don't know if anybody's saying, well, we don't want money coming into Fort Wayne. I realize people complained about the new jail, where to put that, and complained about where the Google was putting their service building, their computer big building that's being built. People complain about everything because they don't want it in their backyard, which is the NIMBY mentality. I don't fault those people. You have every right to complain. But let's be honest. The noise is not going to be an issue because the planes taking off are louder, much louder. And the fact it'll bring in money to the city of Fort Wayne and put us on the map as far as the people racing the car goes, I think is a pretty good thing. Now, people can vote the way they want to. Commissioners or whoever has to vote on the property, rezoning it for what they want to use it for. But if they want to spend that kind of money, I really don't have a problem. Plus, it's going to operate from 8 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock in the night, and they're not going to have a PA system. How much more do you want? I'm just saying, if it's good for money and bringing in money into this town and revenue, frankly, I happen to be for it.